it's Gretchen. Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to be here. In today's video, I am going to be doing a get ready with me and kind of updating you all on where I've been and what this setup is and what's going on, because it's been a little bit since I've posted a video or just like updated you all on what I'm doing, and pretty much what you see here is what I've been doing, as well as just this new kind of setup and situation. I thought I would kind of fill you all in and do a little get ready with me while I'm at it. So if you want to grab a snack, do your own makeup, just hang out while I tell you some pretty, it's not very exciting, if I'm being honest. It's not that exciting, but hey, new setup. So if you're curious and want to just hang out and chit chat and tell me how you all are doing, then keep watching. Hello everyone. I am really excited to be recording today because it has been a while since I've recorded. It's been a while since I've done a get ready with me. It's been a while since I've done like an actual sit down video. It wasn't like a vlog or anything like that. And I'm excited to be back and doing this type of content again. As you can see, the background is a little bit different. I'm looking in different areas because I don't really know where to look. This is new to me. So basically what this area is my streaming setup. I stream over on Twitch at least 4 days a week, and this is what my setup is like. And I figured, why not use this area for more than just streaming purposes? I can also record YouTube videos here as well. And this is a setup that I've been wanting for a while. It's still not 100% complete yet. Like, I want something over there on the wall. I don't know what though, but I have like an actual microphone here. I can watch the levels because that's sometimes been an issue when I record YouTube videos the way that I was recording. The audio would cut out randomly and I wouldn't know that until it was done. And so now I can actually watch the levels and make sure that everything is picking up. There still may be some like little tweaks that I need to make because I can't tell what it's gonna sound like until I'm done. Comes along with growing pains, but we are here today for a get ready with me, just so I can kind of chat with y'all and give y'all an update on where I am and where I've been and what the heck is going on, and so I can catch up with you all and reconnect and get back into the swing of creating YouTube content. So what better way than to get ready with me? So of course I have to put my little headband on. I wish I had one of those, or a set of those clips that everyone seems to have where they like just clip it back. That seems like it's way easier to deal with than these little headbands, but I also just really like these headbands. They need to be washed, but I like these headbands. First of all, they're cute. They pull everything back. They just showcase my forehead. Because I'm awful and I don't remember how to like make this type of content anymore. Also, I am so sorry if I keep hitting the microphone again. Not used to it for this type of content. Sometimes I'll hit it when I stream. Not used to it in YouTube setting. I'll try my best to remember how I used to do get ready with me's, because I think that always seemed to work pretty well. I like telling y'all the products that I'm using, and if for some reason I do forget to tell y'all the product I'm using, I will put it in the description. That way, in case you're like, well, wait a minute, you didn't say what this is, it will be down there, and I'll do it in order, hopefully, from what I do it here. I also keep looking at my monitor, so that's going to be a learning thing for me, is to not do that, keep looking at you all, because when I stream on Twitch, I don't look directly into the camera, I look at the monitor. So it's a whole lot of learning. Just bear with me as I get back into the swing of things. But primer, as always, is my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I love this stuff so much. This is like holy grail for me. Same thing for the eyeshadow primer. It's the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. Love this stuff so much. I'm so glad that I actually gave this thing a shot again, because when I first tried both, I hated them so much. And then, if y'all have been around for a while, you know, for my nose primer, I use Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer. Ever since I read about it, I want to say it was on Reddit. I always forget, but I'm pretty sure I found it on Reddit. If you had issues with your makeup like caking on your nose, to use eyeshadow primer instead of regular primer. And I swear, it has worked like a charm. So I thought I would do a fun eye color look today, just because I haven't done anything like super fun in a while. I've kind of gone back to doing my safe eyeshadow colors like yellows and oranges and just nudes and stuff like that, because those are my favorites. So I thought I would use Black Moon Cosmetics Urban Myth today. And I guess the reason why I've like shied away from it is because it doesn't have a ton of like mattes. It's got a lot of the shimmers. It's the same amount of shimmers and the same amount of mattes, but I'm used to palettes where you have a lot to like blend in, so it's not entirely shimmers on your eye. But I have an idea. I have an idea for what I want to do here. I think I'm going to lean primarily toward purple colors with a little bit of blue thrown in as well. And again, please bear with me as I learn how close I need to stay to the microphone. Because when I stream on Twitch, I'm all over the place. So I gotta like learn to stay still and not move around so much, because otherwise the audio might sound a little bit weird. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. You know, it took me a while to figure out how to get the correct audio the other way that I had been filming for years. And now it's just a matter of figuring out how this is gonna work for us. But for this look, I'm thinking of using these as well as this. I think it's gonna be this little trio right there. It's gonna be a lot of shimmer. I don't usually gravitate toward a lot of shimmer, but that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna start off with the color Chupacabra. Microphone's in the way. Chupacabra, and I'm just gonna kind of do that all over the outer part, because then on the inner part, I'm gonna do Paranormal and Bermuda Triangle. I think I'll do Paranormal in the center and then Bermuda Triangle toward the inner corner. I think that's how I'm gonna work this. So, how is everyone doing? I know it's been a while since I've posted on YouTube at all, and believe me, I have wanted to post. I don't know what it is. I keep getting in my head that nothing I put out is good anymore. Like, I was really on a roll with my vlogs, which was exciting. I really was enjoying doing those, but then I just felt like everything became so repetitive. I don't know. I got in my head that no one wanted to see the same old day in, day out, because my life's not that exciting. I typically just do the same thing over and over again. I know personally I enjoy those types of vlogs, so I don't know why I would think that others wouldn't, but I don't know. I just felt like nothing I was posting was interesting. So then I got in my head, and then I got a little burnt out on that. Then I finally, after putting it off for God knows how long, decided I'm going to rearrange my home office, which is where I currently am. This is my home office. I was wanting to do that for so long because I was not happy with how things were in my office. It was so cluttered, like this one corner over that direction, you couldn't get anywhere because it was just so much stuff. And I finally had enough, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take it all out. We're gonna just start tossing things. I have a problem with tossing things. I've talked about this before. I have a problem with tossing things, especially if I can find some kind of like sentimental value with it. I was so fed up that I was like, you just have to toss. You just have to. There's no way around it. You have to toss. And so I finally did. And it took a while, but I'm finally like, I'd say 85% where I want this office to be. I thought I was gonna reset up my YouTube recording corner, kind of like what I have had forever, and just for like the sake of layout, where I used to record YouTube videos was against that wall. That's where like the frames, the desk, and everything that I'd sit in front of, it was on that wall. And so when I was rearranging my office and getting rid of things and putting things back together, I was like, all right, well, I'll just keep my YouTube corner. Well, then I was like, well, I don't know if I want to do that. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I have this entire setup right here. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of weird that I'm sitting in my office chair doing makeup and stuff like that, like I'm at my desk doing it. But first of all, it's safe space in here. And it's like, why not? I already have this equipment for streaming set up. Why not use it as well for YouTube videos? Also, I'm cutting my crease right now with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. So that's what I'm cutting my crease with before I put the shimmers and the glitters on there. Hopefully my hand covering the microphone doesn't actually distort the audio. But yeah, so I finally just got everything straight how I wanted, even if some things I ended up changing at the last second because I had envisioned them another way and it wasn't really working out. But finally got my home office in order for the most part. And I also finally got a stand-in desk, which this desk that everything is on right now is a stand-in desk. I am so thrilled with it. I had been wanting a stand-in desk for, God, well over a year probably. And I've just been putting it off because, one, you really need space for it, and 2, money. But I finally got it. I finally caved and got it, and I love it so much. This thing is like 6 feet wide. The ability to stand up when I'm streaming or anything like that, or just working at my desk, whether I'm streaming or not, it's so great to have the option to stand up and stretch and not be sitting all the time. Now that I've cut my crease, I am also going to go in with NYX's glitter primer, which this stuff, I swear, if you don't have this and you use glitter, it's amazing. So I cut the crease, and now I'm just over top of that putting the glitter primer. But if you like to use shimmers or glitter or anything like that, this really does kind of help not only keep it in place, but it makes it more vibrant, in my opinion. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to do, but I feel like it does. Yeah, so that's kind of where I've been recently and why there has been a serious lack of content on YouTube. Now, I was kind of slacking with my YouTube uploads. I don't know what happened, but it was right before I got married last year where I was like, all right, I'm just so focused on making sure that everything is straight for the wedding that I don't have time to really go and record a bunch of videos before the big day gets here. Like, I tried to record as many as I could, and I was able to do some after that point when I was like, oh, well, it's almost here. And then we have honeymoon and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'll just get back on track when we come back from everything. Well, then I came back from everything and I got COVID. So obviously that put a damper and a stop to getting back on track. And then for some reason, ever since then, I have not been able to regain that momentum. And I do think that my office being in disarray, you know, a cluttered area kind of led to a cluttered mind, and unable to get past it. Oh my god, I'm hitting everything. I'm definitely gonna have to like reconfigure some things because it's a little close here. Like, you can't see it right now. I keep looking at the monitor. Can't see it right now, but it's a little close together right here, just so I could see things a little bit better. But now that my office isn't cluttered and I've figured out a way to do sit down YouTube videos again, I do think I'm gonna be able to at least get back to posting consistently. Now, I have kind of taken away my schedule uploads of every like Tuesday and Friday because I did feel myself feeling pressured to kind of get videos out, and they were usually videos that I wasn't really proud of or excited about. So I have allowed myself the space to breathe and not try and push things out like that. Now, I do want to get back to consistently posting, but that doesn't mean like regularly posting on specific days, if that makes sense. Also, I'm kind of liking how this is coming so far. I definitely need to blend it some. It's looking a little harsh. Get some blend in action in here. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on and why I've been absent from YouTube. I've still been streaming consistently. Like, that hasn't let up. So if you are interested in other content outside of YouTube, you can catch me on Twitch. I stream, again, 4 days a week at least. Usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, but sometimes it'll be like on a weekend, or sometimes I'll have to like change one of my regular days to a non-regular day to make up, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested in other content, there's Twitch. I'm also trying to get back into consistently posting on Instagram, which sometimes is hard because I know that a lot of these platforms are pushing the more like short form video content. And I was on a roll with that on TikTok for a while, and then I got burnt out because I was like, this is the same thing over and over and over again. It's kind of like the mundane vlogs, just the same thing over and over again. I was like, I feel like people think this is boring. So another case of me getting in my head. Let's see, do I want to try and make this a little bit more vibrant? And then on top of trying to get back in the swing of things of YouTube and whatnot, I had a moment where I'm like, okay, what do I want my content to be on YouTube? Because I have been doing pretty much the same thing for forever, and I am at a different point in my life now where that stuff is not really top priority for me. And what I mean by that are body mods, specifically piercings. I'm not saying that I hate piercings now. I'm just saying that is not my top priority anymore. I don't know how to word it. I kind of want to get away from it. I still want to do tattoo related stuff because that is still very much at the forefront. Like, At the time of me recording this video, I have 1 week until I get my right hand tattooed, which I'm so excited for. I don't know, it's one of those things where I guess I've been struggling because I'm like, well, a lot of people came across my channel because of piercing-related content, and it's no longer something that personally brings me joy, which I guess is why I haven't felt very proud of my content recently, because I felt like I had to do piercing related content because that's where a lot of y'all found me, is from that kind of content. Now, I know some of y'all have said before that, you know, you came for that content, but you stayed for the creator, which I appreciate more than anything. But I know it's not fair of me to expect everyone to be interested in other kind of content when that's how you found me. So I guess I've just been afraid of trying too much different without throwing in the piercing related stuff, because I try not to let numbers affect me or anything like that, but when you're a content creator, you can't help but let it affect you. So another case of me getting in my head. I think this is kind of pretty. I'm so bad at blending. Anyone have any tips on that? Maybe my brushes just suck. Also, we're about to have a fun little thing. I have been trying to do winged liners recently. It's a journey. I may do that off camera just because I am garbage at it. I've been trying to do wing liners recently. It's been a lot. I do think I finally found like a liner shape that I like for the wing. So I will be using the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Y'all know this is like a favorite of mine. I also have this one for like more precision ones. It's the NYX That's the Point in hella fine. It's like super thin and teeny tiny. So I've been using these, and then when I kind of want to set it a little bit more, I use the NYX eye pencil in black as well as an eyeshadow in black to kind of set everything. I don't know how people do a wing liner so fast. Like, this is a true work of art to try and get it correct. Like, I always have to have a reference picture, and I recently found one like of the eyeliner shape that I like. I'm gonna try and recreate it, but I don't know how that's gonna work on camera. We'll see. And I know a lot of people have said that in order to get a good wing liner, especially for my eye shape, which again, I don't know anymore what my eye shape is. Is it hooded? Is it deep set? What are my eyes? Because I always thought I had hooded eyelids, but then someone pointed out to me, well, you can actually see a pretty good amount of your eyelid. And I'm like, fair. And again, my camera's kind of looking down on me, so it's giving a little bit of an angled effect, but like straight on, I feel like you don't see as much, which is why I tend to go up higher with the shadows, which looking at that now, I need to blend a little bit more. I need some blend-in tips, because your girl either can't blend or she doesn't have the patience to blend. I've heard people say blend until your hand hurts, and I'm like, I don't have the patience for that. I don't got the time, I don't got the patience. And somehow this all still comes together. I swear, the power of makeup, the magic of makeup. Like, everyone says to look straight on and don't like shift your eyes at all. And I'm like, I can't do that. I gotta have some kind of like angle in order to get the shape that I like. It's taken me a little bit to figure out the shape that I like. If you see my mirror, I'm sorry, it's probably gonna be a little distracting, but like I've been doing, instead of out, I've been going up. I don't know if that's the correct thing to do, but go up a little bit and then over. And like that looks wild to me, but again, not used to it. And then I'll just put a little bit on the lash line and then fill it in, which again, I don't always have the patience for this part. I'm like, oh my God, just fill it in. And so that's like the basic of it, is like this like thicker, taller wing. I saw someone with a similar one on TikTok and I was like, ooh, I kind of like the shape of that. I don't know if that's the appropriate one for me, but I like it. And I guess that's what matters, maybe. But I also want to do one that's like appropriate for my eye, you know? Like my eye shape. I don't know. I mean, I end up throwing false lashes on it anyway, so really, can you see it? But that's kind of what I'm going with. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera just because it's gonna take forever, and then we'll continue. Okay, we're back. This one looks great. This one, I don't know what happened with it, but I can't get it quite. I got the other one, but it's fine. Just look at this one. This one looks okay. And we're also gonna throw lashes on top of it, so y'all won't even be able to see it. It's fine. But before I throw lashes on it, I've actually started putting the lashes on last now. Something different from the last time that I did a video. I have started doing the lashes as the very last thing that I do. So until then, I am gonna put some primer on my lashes, which I kind of need to get another one of these. This is the Subversion like mascara primer from Urban Decay. And then I go in with Perversion, the mascara from Urban Decay, and just put a little bit on my natural lashes, which are pretty much non-existent. And then at the very end, I will put falsies on and then do a different mascara to just kind of blend everything together. I will say, doing a winged liner has made it so I don't feel like I have to wear false lashes all the time. I still will, but I don't feel like I have to all the time now. Like from a distance, it looks fine. Just don't look at that side too hard. It's a little like rounded, whereas this side looks decent for me. I should add that on there. It looks decent for me. All right, now time to do my face. Now, typically I use a foundation from ColourPop, but I'm actually out of it right now and need to go get some more from Ulta. So instead we're going to use Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Snow, which sometimes I think is too dark for me, which is funny that a shade called Snow is too dark. Now that I have given y'all just a little bit of an update on where I've been, what's been going on, tell me about y'all. How y'all been? How's your summer going? Is anyone else over the heat of summer? Because my God, I am so over it. I was telling my husband that I will not complain about winter this coming year, because I have gotten to a point where even though I'm like, I always feel cold when most people probably don't, I have gotten to a point that those times where I am very warm, I would much rather be cold, because I don't like humidity, I don't like sweating, and I prefer how when it's cold, you know, you can layer up and get warm. Whereas when it's warm out, you can only take off but so much before it gets weird. For concealer, I'm going to be using two different kinds. Tarte's Double Shape Tape for like highlighting areas, and then Too Faced Born This Way in Snow for just like little imperfections. Yeah, tell me how you all have been. Have you done anything fun, or are you like me and more than ready for cooler weather? I also need to go out and do more Halloween decor hunting. I've done one vlog so far for Halloween decor hunting, but my places, God, Joann's was like the biggest disappointment. Everyone had been posting about how their Joann's had all sorts of stuff. The time that I went out to do Halloween decor hunting, mine like had nothing. It had fabrics, but I don't know if they keep like seasonal fabrics out year round, because I don't really go to Joann's outside of fall and Halloween and all that, so I don't know if they keep seasonal stuff out. But when I went before, they only had seasonal fabrics, like the Halloween fabrics. Everyone else had been posting about all these cute things they had found from Joann's. Did mine have it? No. So who's gone Halloween decor hunting yet? I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow, doing another one, because, you know, it's the end of July now. I'm pretty sure my Joann has finally gotten some things. God, I hope so. I will be really upset if I get there again, because it's like a good, I don't know, 20-minute drive for me to get to the closest Joann. And there's another one that I could go to, but it's like, that's like pushing an hour at that point, which sucks. I don't really want to do that, especially if I get there and there's nothing. I will say I have been getting better with like cream products. So for contour, I use the NYX Wonder Stick. I love NYX products. NYX really is incredible and affordable, which we love. But I've been getting a little bit better with my comfort level with these types of products, because I'd used powder for so long that I was not comfortable. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little bit more Halloween decor hunting, because the last one was such a disappointment. I will say I've seen some people post about like Bath and Body Works stuff this year, and I'm not really feeling their Halloween stuff this year. Not saying it's like bad, it's just not my thing. Anyone else feel that way? Like, it's not bad, it's just not, oh my God, I need that, which I guess for the sake of my bank account is great. Now for blush, I'm gonna go in with Rare Beauty. God, I love these blushes so much. I have 3 of them now, and this is in the shade Believe. I think this is gonna look good with this eyeshadow. Yeah, God, these blushes, not only are they super pigmented, but they last forever, so you don't need to do a lot, and they blend really well. Now that I have blush and contour on, I always go in and just spray a little bit before I put setting powder on, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of setting powder just because it does end up drying out my face, which I have super dry skin. So I just take some like set-in spray. Do a light little spray to make sure that everything is set. Then I started noticing that people are doing this. Or to dry it faster, you just take a fan and just go around your face and it dries it faster, which is incredible. So now I'll just do a little bit of set-in powder around like my under eyes, around my nose, anywhere that will crease a little bit more. Around my eyes, around my nose. Around here is really bad for me. I don't know if anyone else struggles around their nose, but that's one of my bad spots. Then especially around like if I smile or talk a lot during the day, put it around here. But I don't put it all over my face like I used to. I used to put it like everywhere, but I usually just put it in these areas or even like here where like I'll furrow my brows. That's pretty much it. But I also use the Fenty Beauty. What is this? The Pro Filter. I always forget the name of it, but it's the Pro Filter. While that sits, I'll do my eyebrows, which I'm using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I love this thing so much. Like move over Anastasia Beverly Hills, which not saying anything against that brow pencil. I still love it, but this one is significantly cheaper. And even though my eyebrows are microbladed, I do like to throw a little bit of product on them just to make them pop a little bit more, especially when I've done a full face of makeup. Now, if I'm just going out running errands and I've only thrown on like mascara or something, I typically won't mess with my eyebrows. I'll brush them, make sure that they're, you know, tamed, but that's about it. And then once I do that, take the little spoolie, diffuse it a little bit, see where I need to pluck some hairs because I haven't done so in a while. Oops. And then typically by this time, I can wipe off the setting powder that I've done. So usually I'll take like just a big fluffy brush that excess away, even though there's not a whole lot of it. Under eye area, just kind of buff it out a little bit. And yes, I do still go in with some powder products just kind of to build on what's there. So I'm using Fenty Beauty's Sunstalker for just like a little bit of like bronzer around the edges, just a little bit extra, you know, same areas that I did contour. I'll take another brush and just kind of buff it out at that point just so it doesn't look so harsh. And if it ends up looking harsh, I go back in with like just pressed powder foundation and kind of tone it down a little bit. Let me know how y'all feel about this setup for YouTube videos and how the audio sounds and everything like that. I'm hoping it'll be better because I can actually keep track of the audio levels while I'm sitting here. And yes, it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve to look at the camera again and not look at the monitor the whole time. Also, to build on this blush a little bit, just a little bit, not a whole lot, I'm going to be using Tarte's Amazonian Clay Powder in Risque. Just going to do a light tap. Looks a little bit darker than it actually is. And then, of course, we need some highlight. So I'm going to be using Black Moon Cosmetics Moonlighter in Centipede, which is kind of like their brownish one. Well, you know, actually, I was going to use this one. But now that we've got like purples and blues, I could use one of the purple or blue highlighters. I don't know which one. Maybe purple, since like the majority of the look is purple. Let me grab that. All right, so these are the two highlighters from Black Moon Cosmetics. This is Jellyfish. This is the blue one. That would be pretty. And then this is the purple one called Cat Shark. It's just like the slightest hint of purple. I mean, we could always do both. I just layer it. Yeah, so you can see that purple really come through. A little bit on the chin, a little bit on nose. Does anyone do like highlight between the brows anymore? I've noticed people haven't really done that. All right, so there's purple. So now we can layer a little bit, maybe, with Jellyfish, which is the blue one. Add on top of that. I don't know if that made much of a difference, but hey, we love a good highlight, you know? And then for the areas, if I notice that there's a little bit of harsh lines or anything like that, I take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh, like pressed face powder. I'll take a bigger, dense brush, kind of blend downward if I notice like this area is too dark. And any area that I think is a little too harsh, I'll just kind of pat it out like this. Same up here. And then I have a little dense brush that I add a little bit extra in those same areas that I did the translucent powder in, just where I know it's gonna crease a little bit throughout the day. Clean up in any areas that I feel necessary. And there's that component. I've started doing white liner on my lower lash line. I don't know how I feel about it yet, just because I feel like the second I put white there, it just disappears. So if anyone has any tips for that as well, I'm all ears. But this is the Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide Pencil. It's their whitest one. And I just put it on the lower lash line. So I feel like it doesn't do that much, But at the same time, yes, like there's a little bit of pop there. Like, do y'all notice a difference? I don't know. I've started doing that and like not putting so much mascara on the lower lash line either. And so now I'm going to spray this before we put on the false lashes. Don't worry, I didn't forget. So I use 3 set-in sprays because I like to make sure that everything stays put and isn't gonna budge. And when I tell you, when I put 3 set-in sprays on there, it's not gonna move. So the 3 set-in sprays that I use, I go in first with the Morphe spray. This is just like a very fine aerosol spray. There's 1 pass. My next one is Milk Makeup's Hydro Grip Refresh Spray. This one's a little intense. Like, you see that? It's intense. So I try to be very light with it. Like, you don't want to press this one all the way in, otherwise it is shooting at your face. So there's that one. And then the final one is ColourPop's Pretty Fresh, the Hyaluronic Acid Set-In Mist. And that one's a little bit finer. Now, is that necessary? Absolutely not. You do not need to use 3 set-in sprays. Do I? Yes. And then you fan it out, which I swear, ever since I learned this trick to fan everything down so that it dries faster, game changer. Also, this fan came from Disney World. Print is on that side. Sorry, I'm showing y'all the back side. That's the side. And now the last 2 things that I will do, false lashes and lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the glue on my lashes and give them an opportunity to let the glue dry a little bit before I put them on. The lashes that I'll be using today are from Black Moon Cosmetics. They're in the style Cancer, which are my favorite ones from them. And this pair is probably well past its prime. I've pulled like excess glue off them numerous times and you can see the wear on these lashes, but I love them so much. I do think I have another pair somewhere, so it's not like I'm without. For those that wear false lashes, you know how like the first time or 2 when you wear them, they're still stiff feeling, but then when you've worn them several times, they just have like that broken in feel and they're comfortable and everything. And I know they're not supposed to last forever, like a max of what, 20 uses, something like that. I try and prolong them as long as I can because I just don't want to deal with the whole like brand new lash feel again. I don't know. That may just be me. I also really like these lashes because they don't have like a thick band, but it's not super thin that you feel like they're not stable. I'm gonna let them sit for a minute, let the glue like halfway dry so it's not completely dry when I'm trying to put it on my lash line, but not super wet that it could move around some. And then for lips, I am gonna do kind of just a lighter color today. I'm gonna go in with Libra from Black Moon Cosmetics. Have y'all caught on that I really like Black Moon Cosmetics? That's a good color for this look. It's just kind of like a muted pink, like a nude pink. There's the lips, and now I think the lashes are partially dry. You could always just take your fan, dry them a little bit faster. I might blot my lips a little bit. They look a little brighter on camera. They're not that super bright in person. Just kind of wiggle them to get them where they need to be. Then there's 2. Again, I've started to not put mascara on the lower lash line. I don't quite know how I feel about it yet just because I'm so used to putting mascara on the lower lash line. Hair now in place. Still learning how to do my bangs, but we're getting there. We're getting better at it. And voila, there is the final look using Black Moon Cosmetics Urban Myth palette. I'm glad to finally have used this palette like more than just one shimmer, like use another palette for the base and then use it for a shimmer. It's kind of nice to be able to build a look using just that palette. I like it. I think it turned out nice. Just ignore the wings. I'm still learning. It's fine. It's truly an art form that I haven't mastered yet. This is the final look. Not mad. I kind of like how it turned out. Hopefully in this format it looks okay. So there you have it. Here's the final look with this Get Ready With Me. I really like it. I like how it turned out a lot. I like the colors. This was actually not the color scheme that I was going to go with originally. And then last second I was like, you know what? I want to do a fun eye look, and I'm glad I did. Hopefully this video turns out well. I'm a little nervous to go back and edit it because I don't know what it's gonna sound like, seem like, anything like that. It's a new camera, it's a new audio setup. Those of you who watch me on Twitch are used to it, but it's completely different for those that just see me on YouTube. Completely different camera. Obviously, the microphone is right here by my face. Never done that before with YouTube videos, but hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you like the new look of things. Again, I'm still working on what's gonna go over there on that wall. Not entirely sure yet. Maybe pictures, maybe more lights. I don't really know. Something's gonna go over there because it looks a little bare right now. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how the audio sounded, video, anything like that. Because again, still testing things out. Growing pains that come along with it. I have this all set up, so why not use it for 2 things? But that is it for this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go down there, hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye everyone!